Hello, my name is Dr. Krerk. I am an assistant professor at the Department of Computer Engineering. For this semester, I will be the instructor for your computer programming lab. First of all, I would like to talk about our class in the big pictures. Who will be your instructors, how we do the gradings, and what will we actually do in this class. Alright. For the class, we in general want to teach you two things. First, we want to get you familiar with the basic ideas of digital electronics. You will got a chance to learn several electronic devices such as LED, DC motors, stepping motors, 7 segments, and so on. You will also learn the basics of digital and analog devices. We will have you learn how to convert from analog to digitals and vice versa. Right? The second thing, we want to help you improve your programming skill, but rather than doing programming in general, we let you program a device, an Arduino projects, which we hope that you will also enjoy and having fun doing it. Well, in this class, we have a lab almost every week that account for 40% of your grade. 10% is reserved for participation. 20% for a skill test. Well, for skill test, we basically want to make sure that you understand the basic concept of the class. Well, in this class, we have a lab almost every week that account for 40% of your grade. 10% is reserved for participation. 20% for a skill test. Well, for skill test, we basically want to make sure that you understand the basic concept of the class. And the last 30%, I want you to create a simple project. Well, when it's about time, I make sure that you get the details about the projects. So, how to get an A? Well, we have some rules and regulations. Besides doing the lab, you should also coming to class on time. Those of you who are late for more than 30 minutes, you will consider be absent for that class. However, if you really missing from the class, I mean you didn't do the lab, you may also lose another 5 points and more. Alright? And the reason that I am asking you to be on time is because the first 15 to 30 minutes we will reserve for the video briefing lab like what I am doing to you now. And we may also have a quiz on a selected weeks. So please be on time and come to. Alright, now let's move on to the first lab. Well, it is the first time that you get into this class and you have no skill at all. So I kind of make a simple lab for you. Alright, now first of all, I will try to introduce you to the Arduino platform in general, the sketch and the LED. The Arduino, which will be the platform for our lab, you have to use it for the rest of the semester. Arduino itself is an open source electronic prototyping platform. It is itself is a combination of hardware and software. The hardware part is based upon the AVR microcontroller, and the software part, the IDE is built with Java, but the programming itself is a C or C++ with bunch of library included for you. With Arduino, everything is called a sketch. When you have to create a new program, we create a new sketch. A sketch is basically a program. Well, let's get to understand a little bit about the sketch itself. The sketch, each sketch contains two parts. The first part we call setup. Setup function is basically a function that will be executed once when the program first starts. But if you have to do something again and again, you have to put your code into the loop function. Well, in this example, you may also notice the several functions of Arduino, such as pin mode, digital write, delay. The pin mode basically say what direction do I want for that pin. So when I say directions, it means it can either be input or output, but not both at the same time. The digital write basically try to output high level logics or low level logics to that pin. The delay function allow you to delay or sleep for a millisecond. You may pass the number of milliseconds that you want to delay into the function. In this lab, you will learn to drive an LED. So what is LED? LED is short for light emitting diode. It is an electronic component with two legs. One we call an anode, another one we call cathode. If you pass certain amount of current through the LED, it basically will emitting the light for you. Right? Now let me give you some demonstration so you got an idea what I'm talking about. But before we start programming, there is something that you have to know. First of all, the Arduino tool itself is designed for ATmega168, but in this experiment, this board is equipped with the AVR88. So we have to do some modification to our board configuration. You just have to put this code at the end of these files. This way the Arduino tools will know your board. But you don't have to do this. You can ask for the instructor in the class to help you doing this. And once you're done with your program and you decide that you want to upload your program to the Arduino board, well, this board is a little tricky because by default the board will run the program that you upload to the board. But if you want to upload a new software to the board, you have to first switch the board into the bootloader mode. To do that, you have to click the reset button and then select the bootloader selection button, this one. Hold down both buttons and first release the reset button. If you do it right, you will see three pings here. Let me show you again. Reset, bootloader, release the reset. You see three pings here, and then release the bootloader button. Now you're ready to upload your software. Once you're done with the upload, just click reset again to start your program. Here's a quick demonstration of the lab 1. First of all, you have to start your Arduino software. When you start your Arduino software, you will see the main screen like this. By default, the Arduino software will create a default sketch for you. The default sketch with the date, current date. Okay. You can just use the default sketch, or you may try some example. Here I will use the bare minimum example. Well, basically the bare minimum just provide you with a template for setup function and the loop function. This way I don't have to type the setup and the loop, right? Alright, according to our lab, we have learned that the pin number 13 is connected to LED. However, I do not want to type number 13 several times. In fact, I may decide to change the number 13, change the pin later. So, to make it easier, I just assign the number 13 to a variable. That way, if I decide to change the number, I can just change the value of that variable, not every single line that I hard code with the number 13. Okay, with the standard C program, the constant variable, you just use to declare a constant variable, you just type constant int, say my variable name is LED, so I assign with number 13. All right, now I want to make the LED, the pin number 13 and output. I can just use the function pin mode LED and make sure that it is an output, so I assign the output value to the pin mode. In this lab, there is no extra configuration have to be done, so I am just finished with the setup function. Now the loop function. Well, I want the LED to blink forever, so I just use the function digital write. So to turn the LED on, I just write the value high, which will give me the high logics or high voltage to that pin. So I use the digital write LED high. Well, this function basically turn on the LED for me. Right? Now I want you to stay like that for maybe 1 second. Well, the default Arduino function, they give you a delay function, but the default delay functions accept parameter as a milliseconds. I want 1 second, so it's basically 1000 milliseconds. I just pass the parameter 1000 to the delay millisecond function. All right. Again, now I want to turn it off. So I use the digital write again. Now I write the low to turn off the LED and delay for 1000 milliseconds or 1 second. Here, pretty much I'm about done with my code. So I just want to verify that there is nothing wrong, nothing's wrong with the syntax, nothing wrong with my code. It can compile, so I just click on the verify command. Okay, you see the status done. Wow, I'm lucky, it's working. Okay, now I want to upload my software to the Arduino hardware. I just try to and board, see that, oh, it's connect to the correct configuration. In our case, it is Arduino dissimilar. All right. Now, make sure that the Arduino hardware is connected to the serial port or the USB port that you just plug in. You might want to double check the serial port, but for our case, it's already connected, so we don't have to do anything with it. We can just click upload, and it will upload the software to your Arduino board, and it is the show time. Alright, I forgot to plug in my USB cable. Now I just plug in the USB cable and try again. Upload. You see the status. Once complete, just enjoy the show. If you got it right, your LED will be blinking here. Alright? Now the fun part, try to do exercise number 2 and number 3 by yourself. Once finished, answer the question in exercise number 4. Hopefully you will enjoy this class. See you next week. We have more fun ahead of us. Goodbye.